What's going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. We are almost there. We are almost there. The wait is finally coming to a close. We're gonna get our character situated, and then we get to play the game tomorrow in full. I'm jealous of the people who have been playing it so far today. We gotta wait the last few hours. I'm not gonna stay up till midnight to do it, so we're gonna play, we're gonna sleep, and we're gonna come back at it tomorrow. So today is gonna be getting ourselves familiarized with the swing and getting ourselves, getting our characters maybe actually designed. Spend a little bit of time in the My Player here. Because I gotta decide what we want to do in terms of naming players, maybe spending some of the skill points, or at least, yeah, some of the stuff on the skill tree, maybe not the attribute points. I think I'm gonna start with Sculptor. We're gonna make the final decision on that. I think we'll have to come back to Powerhouse. I have a hard time making names for everybody. I feel like everybody's gonna be Guy Vizo, and I'm gonna have to come up with something different because I want Guy Vizo to be like the main one. So I think we'll set this as our main one. He'll have the same, but he'll be a sculptor, and then we'll just have to have special names for like the sim players and stuff. Yeah, what up, Russell? How we doing today? We ready? We ready for it? Huh? Crazy to think it's almost here. All right, so we're gonna get the rename. This is gonna be, I think we're gonna go Sculptor first. Sculptor first, and then we'll start to pick up some of the other skills. So naturally, Guy is Italian. Download ready in a few hours. I think it's pre-installed, right? I don't think there's any extra downloading that has to happen, right? It's when this is done, it's just that's the playable. Just over 4 hours is playable, but I think it's locked and ready to go. As far as I'm aware, at least. Okay. So Guy is gonna have put on some weight here. I can't make him 6'9". Oh, you can make him 4'11" though? See, the thing is with Guy, in every game, he is 69 on every slider. And then we just kind of design the rest. So Guy in the original build of 2K21 was old, but I don't know what we can do with hair and stuff. It's the final countdown. What's going on, Fly Guy? Because if we can go... It's the hair color, so like we can definitely go, yeah, with that like grayer look. That's more white. So I think we are gonna rock this hair. We just gotta find the oldest looking face. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's gonna be any sort of like day one patch stuff, or if the day one patch isn't gonna come until next Friday, or maybe there'll be a patch tomorrow and a patch for next Friday. I feel like there will be adjustments that are made. I would be surprised if there's not. How about we do this? If I set all of our sliders up the way that we want to. I'm not childish, you're childish. We'll have a better, I think, understanding. The difference between number 1 and number 2 is incredibly subtle. There's so little difference between the two. But I think if we get all the sliders set up, then when we change from face to face, we should be good, right? I'm hoping that it doesn't reset all my sliders when I make the adjustment. It's super wide nose. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna go with we'll go with number 1. Some of it's gonna be like a very profile thing, like you're not gonna really be able to tell unless you're looking at the side. I don't know, I feel like position 1 on all of these is like normal. And then beyond that, it starts to get a little bit, I don't know. I'm sure we'll mess with some different sliders and stuff, but I gotta stick with the brand. Character numero uno is the all 69s. Yeah, we'll go number 4. Cheek roundness. Skyrim is for the Nords, Dante? What's going on, Luis? What would be... See, this is where we get to... I feel like the low and wide fits him a little bit better than up there. Bring it down. Somewhere down in here. Jaw depth, what does that do? Oh, so more depth actually means less. That's interesting. The higher the number, the depth is reduced in towards you. You can go for more square jaw and rectangular, or you can go triangle and round. Can't really see anything from this angle, so it's gonna be the face on. I think I like that. Alright, now the question becomes, is there a different head that we would want to have? I don't think so. I think this is like the oldest looking dude. Yeah, I think we're gonna stick with this preset. Alright, so that's the head. He's a... Yeah, you gotta have the fuller face because you got a little bit more bulk to guy in this iteration. So that was the head. Body. For 69 inches. It's so stupid. Alright, hairstyle. What kind of flow do we want him to have? I don't think any of these really were. Wow, looking fabulous. Starts tomorrow, Lance. It does start tomorrow. I'm hoping... I mean, everything seems pretty good so far. I'm hoping that it's a good game cycle. That just... This doesn't look right. The grays like almost have some like greenish reflection to it, it feels like. I don't know. What kind of... See, the thing is, he has facial hair on, and I don't know if I should... Are these going to be all the female styles at the bottom? There's something odd... I'm not going to say oddly disturbing. There's something very disturbing about this look. Just this kind of man with the younger girl pigtails does not sit right. Oddly enough, he could almost pull that off. Like an old... I don't know. It's maybe a little bit too much stylized. I feel like that one's not bad. Could do this one too with like the slick back and a hat. I want to go full mullet. Let's see how this one sits with us. Do you go full beard and then tint the beard a little bit lighter? You know what I want to see is like how many, because we might end up going through a thing where we try and like, we have Guy Vizo, but then you kind of treat it like how you would the Mies or something, where you just try and like make celebrity lookalike characters. I feel like with the way some of these are, you could probably make like a, it's not Kirk Hammett. Is it? No, not Kirk. What's the Metallica lead singer? James Hetfield. I feel like you could definitely make like a James Hetfield looking dude with these sliders. I feel like that would be very on brand with the way that this guy is starting to shape up a little bit. Make some other pretty good ones. So maybe we have some different characters that are, you know, famous outside the game of golf. I'm just wondering, like, this beard versus this one. I feel like I like this one being the fuller, but I feel like see, is that... There's like too big of a jump there. I want something like just in between the two, and it doesn't exist, because those are blondes. Oh, no way. Okay. Okay. We actually have like a full hair color slider. Okay, so the hue changes that. Gotcha. I think that's like just enough. Oh, and you can do secondary color. So if you want to, that works. I can give it a little bit of white. Little bit of the whiter tint. So it just pulls a little lighter. Okay, that's better. See, that gives us the like in between these two. That's perfect. I think the hair color is fine. But maybe we just check, like, do we want it a little darker? No, I think we leave it. I think that's the right grays. No, Mans is not a shaped or penciled eyebrow. Yeah, something a little bit thicker. Something about this sits more right with me. Now the question is, I think you can go with the slightly darker here. Maybe give them just like because you don't want to put a pitch black. I don't think that's maybe a little too stark of a contrast. Yeah, we'll go just like a hair darker. What's going on, Edward? Got an early access copy? I do not. I do not. I'm on the first look like everybody else. I'm not anything special. Full version play any different? Not that I've heard. Not that I've heard. All I know is just like generally speaking, the skills, right? So like when you update, or your attributes rather. So like when you update your contact and your swing path and all that stuff, that more affects how punishing your misses. Whereas like the shot skills, right, on the skill tree, those give more to like the white area. So outside of that, I think everything plays just about the same as far as I know. But yeah, I don't know if I could have gotten an early access copy. I'm not affiliated with 2K at all. Oh, they have an eye color thing. I'm going to take the eyeshadow off. Oh, that's interesting that they have, yeah, we're not putting lipstick on. So I don't know if I could have gotten anything. I don't view myself as having a big enough channel in order for that to be a thing, but yeah, maybe next game, next go around, we'll have the opportunity to get access early. But I'm not a 2K next maker, so I just kind of assumed that the next makers weren't going to be, or were going to be like the only ones that had early access. Is this going to be like everybody's caddy? I feel like it has to be, right? I feel like this has to be everybody's caddy. It's like the easy pick. Why does he have the lipstick back on? I took that off. My man's does not have lipstick. Alright, so I think Guy is prepped and ready. I don't know, do we even have... I guess the question is, what do we have for outfits? I know we got some TGL stuff. I think I like the hoodies more than the... I think I like the look of the hoodies more than the t-shirts, to be honest. Yeah, you had a thick caddy? Nice. Obviously like a Happy Gilmore looking guy. Yeah, so you have the Happy Gilmore looking guy. You've got Chris McDonald as a playable character. And then what I'm wondering as like the final piece of it, are we going to get... Because it's not... The thing is, it's not Happy Gilmore. So like this is the reason why I don't think it'll work. But... if you got Adam Sandler as a playable character, like Chris McDonald is not Shooter McGavin, name attribution wise for the game. Like it's him. Everybody associates with the movie. You would think, oh, Happy Gilmore 2, you could do press and have licensing and stuff for Happy Gilmore in the game, but it's Chris McDonald and not Shooter McGavin. That's like the only reason I feel like that doesn't work. Garrett, I'm on the demo, man. I'm on the demo like a normal person. I think I like these hoodies. I think I like these hoodies more than I like the t-shirts. Thing is, I don't have a... There's no Philly team. Gotta be on for launch? Yeah, so I'll probably repeat myself a few times during the stream today. The plan is to be live at like 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow and stream till 3 p.m. Eastern. So we're gonna try and put in 8 hours. I bought the Legend Edition. But yeah, that's the plan for both this Friday and next Friday. So early access launch and like full game launch. I took off both Fridays, looking to do like 2 8-hour streams. Basically replace my workday with virtual golf. I would stream more, but you know, wife and kid, so can't be too neglectful. My wife's okay with it being during work hours because I'm normally gone during that time. I don't think I like this shirt on him. These shades of blue are just enough different. No, I'm not going to be on at 12 tonight. No, I'll be on for launch day, but I will not be on right at launch. I will be sleeping because I gotta get, if we're streaming at 7 a.m. tomorrow, I can't be playing into the wee hours of the night. I gotta get some sleep so we can crank out 8 tomorrow and feel like a normal person. I like the color of the bay, but I'm not a bay golf guy. Can throw on the Jupiter Lynx one for now, I suppose. Don't really have many options. Albon bucket hat just doesn't go with it. We're gonna have to get some other hats and stuff. I'm going through to dress them like there's anything to dress them with. What does the showcase mean? You get to just like check out that ass? What are we looking at the whole outfit? I just wish it said like a color, cause they look bluer. They look bluer, but I can't really tell. They look bluer, but also kind of black. I'm not sure. My wife's gonna look at this outfit and be like, "That's your golf outfit?" Be like, "You can, when I have more clothes to offer, then you can dress my character back up." Because that's normally what happens, is my wife is the one that takes care of the look. All right, well, we're gonna have to grind things out with our golfer tomorrow. It's gonna be an interesting thing. I'm probably not gonna put fittings on anything for a little bit. It's gonna be like an odd way of playing, but I'll have to see how frequently we get fittings and what VC flow looks like and all that. The hoodie makes you look fat? I mean, my man is already large in charge. All right, so the question is, we should probably put some skill points into here, right? Or maybe we play a round and then we upgrade a little bit and then we play another round. So we have 25 skill points available. But you know what? I think your regular skill points play into the clubhouse pass skills. I think we're gonna want improvement of swing path and contact on tee shot, right? So that's gonna be 2, 6, 10, 12. And then you, oh, see, that's where you gotta balance things. Probably do 10 there, do 10 on like the approach. And then maybe you would put pitch shot. I wouldn't worry about any of those yet. Maybe the splash. So you use the pocket for storage. Yeah, you just carrying around, you know, the golf balls and tees and everything in your sweatshirt pocket. Putt weight, contact. See, getting these skills will be nice too. That's the thing, is like, we'll have to see once we upgrade these guys, because like, I don't know how much I'm gonna use the bump and run versus the regular chip. Gonna want Texas wedge, but maybe we go by way of here for that. Get stinger at 75, and then this is 85, but that's, I need a different club or a different class for that. Runner at 75, spinner 80. What up, doctor? The one skill that makes you always get a hole in 3, no more and no less. I mean, if you took a hole in 3 always, on average you're gonna shoot 18 under. So yeah, I would take that skill 100%. Because you're shooting 72 under a tournament, you're winning most tournaments if you shot that way. So yeah, heck yes. Okay, yeah, let's play around without the upgrades, and then I think that's where we'll put our first upgrades, and we'll hold on to our VC and everything for upgrading like the character itself. Let's just take a few swings. I could probably go to the course and practice swing it, but we'll go to the range for a few swings first. Metaslay. Zuckerberg taking control of me? Is that what you're trying to say, Luis? We're getting the Zuck? Oh, right. I don't have my transition vibration on. Oh, I do? Did I just not swing long enough? The Tariffs Championship, Canada versus hockey? Or Canada versus US hockey? Not. Canada's not playing against hockey. Okay, I am not far enough to the left. That's not a bad shot though, because that's a net of like 0.8 degrees. PGA Tour VR on the Quest, yes, like Wii Sports, but VR Pro settings. I will say it's always... I think if I had VR, like I would play a lot of Golf Plus, but I just don't think I have the space. And I think ultimately it would just make me want to go out and play real golf more than I already do. I am definitely getting fed up with the cold season here. I wanna get out and at least, I don't have to get to the course quite yet. Just let me get to the range. Let me start to hit some shots. Okay, let me set these settings back. I want legend swing. Transition only. We'll put that on classic for now. Scout cam on, light grid on. leave it on. Worker only. Part of the investment space is a big thing for VR. Yeah, like, I guess technically, like, I could put down the green screen and like make space in this room, but I would have to very intentionally move stuff out of the way. That's drawing too much. That's drawing too much. Invest in a bigger space, double investment, stonks. Ah, yes. I should have considered buying a, when buying a new house, that I would also want to get VR. Oh, that is a big ol' miss. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where's the ball going? I don't even... Oh, we're sliding across the concourse. We're out the back. Do I get a free drop? No. Wow, I actually hit the... This close contact. I hit the swing path. A great and affordable, however, does not... and I think the VR Stream Studio is the big reason why, it would force the house to no longer being affordable, right? Keep missing that just off. Bigger place for his DDR pad. Wants a second one for his wife. Okay, when you say DDR pad, that raises a big question. Do they just have like the foam filled one? It sounds like he has like a metal one like you would have at an arcade. Like if somebody's talking room for my DDR pad, it sounds like, yeah, the machine. That checks out. That checks out. I don't think anybody's asking that question otherwise. Whoa. That's a wee bit of a flyer. That's a wee bit of a flyer. Come on. Those new old school arcades, $3 to play a song in DDR Guitar Hero. I don't know if I've ever told this story. Maybe I have. There was one point when I was... Thanks, Rational. Thank you for the follow. There was one time when I was younger, it must have been high school, where Guitar Hero 3 was the game. Of course, I double-crossed it. Guitar Hero 3 was the game at the time. And... yeah, maybe it was middle school. I don't know. I don't remember the year. But Guitar Hero 3 was the game. I was not exposed to, like, the wider world of Guitar Hero, so I thought I was pretty good. I think I was. But, like, I would... Single Malt, thank you for the follow as well. But thought I was decent. I could FC some songs on Expert. So there's this little, like, flyer thing about a Guitar Hero tournament, and they gave a couple of songs that you could choose. And I think one of them was like Paranoid by Black Sabbath, and I was like, yeah, I can I've FC'd that a couple times. Like, I can... That's pretty straightforward. I can do it. Show up to the place. It's an arcade Guitar Hero machine. I don't know... There are not many times in my life where I've been more shocked and disappointed at the scenario. Because if you know a Guitar Hero arcade machine, it ain't the plastic little click, 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 click strum bar. It's like this rubber, super resistant piece of crap because it is meant to be played, you know, super rough by just like random people. It was so bad. And it's like, it's a one and done thing, and obviously I'm not going to adjust to it, you know, even if I had another shot at it. So, yeah, that was... Oh, what a play. Get in there, guy. That was not ideal. I was so upset by it, though. Like, because you're just... It's not like you're, like, sad, but you're just, like... You're crushed. You know what I mean? Like, you have this expectation. It's not like, I just missed, like, one or two, like, missed the FC. I'm not going to move on in the tournament. It was like... This thing just completely screwed me. This thing just completely screwed me. Like, because just generally speaking, I can be pretty even-keeled, even in frustration and failure. But there's, like, some switch that flips. If I lose and I feel like I got ripped off, I feel like something got pulled over on me, like something was just not right, like playing a board game or a video game or just anything, like it's something like that happens, or something that does not feel fair, you know? That's when I always, lose my cool and get like super heated about it. I underswung. Yeah, upgrading putting to have the rhythm and stuff is going to be very, very helpful. What's up, Jacob? What time this comes out tonight? Midnight Eastern time if you're in the States. I believe if you're in if you're not in North or South America, I think everywhere else in the world is already out. Oh. The double cross. Gotta love the double cross. Entering an FPS tournament, you arrive at those on-rail shooter arcades. That's at least a little bit better. Yeah, because I think if we put, tee shot and approach, if we get the contact and the swing path up, get a little bit more forgiveness on them, I think we're gonna be in good shape. Because right now, we're starting to find that contact a little bit. But yeah, so Jacob, it should be midnight Friday. Eastern, so if 3 hours and 40 minutes from now, I guess is kind of the regardless of time zone if you're in North or South America. I've been trying to explain to people because it's a little bit confusing. It's regional midnights, and people get tripped up by that. It's not a singular international time release, so like I think I'm going based off of 2K23 release schedule because I was able to find that online, but 2K25 stuff hasn't been showing. But basically, there is Japan, Australia, like there's New Zealand, I think it's like from east to west. New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Singapore, UK, and US are the times, right? Or like are the regions. So it's midnight Friday for the region that you're in. So like I think all of Asia keys off of Singapore. Like Japan is its own entity, Australia is its own entity, New Zealand's its own entity. I think Singapore is all of Japan. I think UK is Europe and Africa, and I think US East is North America, South America. So it's like midnight relative to all of those. Right, so like for Europe it's kind of odd because UK is the westmost portion, so it's their midnight, which is 7 p.m. for us. But that means for like Central Europe it's 1 a.m. But yeah, that's been a little bit of a confusing thing, I think, across the board for people. That looks nice. I'll get down. People who were, who had it early access or playing earlier, with the right course design and like softness and stuff, there were shots off the tee that were hitting fairway or sand and just like rolling, like it would like barely even bounce and just kind of roll. It was pretty nice because I feel like everything is very bouncy. Sometimes you just want the course to like grab it a bit more. Jeez. Yeah, I need the putt rhythm in bad. That's low. I need the putt rhythm badly. Because I'm bad. Where you live, it'll be 11 p.m. Yeah, so if you're Central Time, Jacob, it'll be 11 p.m. today, Thursday. What's going on, Groins? No, I am on PS5. Oh, I pushed that sucker. Over-adjusted that so much. Oh, apparently we got the cart path. Let's go, ball. One more. Get below the trees. It's probably going to be a bad lie, though. So even though we got out here, it's 175. I don't think... No, that's like a best case scenario. Through the uprights? Aw, man. Oh, we're gonna stay at the fairway, good. We'll let you play or even download on Steam, even using a VPN. So I don't know exactly how it works with Steam. I don't know if it's the region that you're physically in. I think there might be something as well that you would have to define as far as like the store that you're in, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if you need to set something in Steam. For a region, in addition to a VPN or a like clock adjustment. There we go. Really bad first hole, but we're even par otherwise. I turn on announcers for 2K25. No. I turned John on very, very briefly, and Yeah, I talk too much, so John just is always cutting in while I'm talking. Oh? Oh? This is the best one so far. Ah, big bounce, though. We finally hit a perfect on 16, though. Finally hit a perfect on 16. Nice. 3 hours for you for the advanced access. Do a Steam like you can Xbox, or you change to somewhere like New Zealand if there's a rollout release time. Yeah, I know people have been talking about it for... Oh man, I pushed this one though. People have been talking about it for Xbox and PlayStation. I thought, I could have sworn you had to like change stores or something, and then on top of changing the stores, then you had to like... purchase the game within that region, but I don't think that's actually how it's working, but that's how I thought it worked. Xbox, you just change the region and restart. It might be that easy on PlayStation as well. I don't know, though. Like, I don't know anything about those settings. Which, like, I was thinking about earlier today. I was like, I'm gonna be the idiot on playing the demo Thursday night while everybody else is playing the full game. Like, am I a big dummy? Or just, like, the guy left behind? So, I don't know if I should go through that. I feel like it's the type of thing. I feel like it's the type of thing where we tried to, I don't know, we were setting it up all week of we're gonna play come tomorrow, and so now I'm wondering, yeah, would it be wrong of me to go and play it tonight? Like change it and play it? What now? What now? Alright, I gotta ask, is it Ham IRL or Hamir? Hamiral? Because Ham IRL would be a pretty good name. Yes, it is Ham IRL. Nice. Nice. People already playing by changing location. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured was the case when I saw so many people playing today. I was like, oh, am I the dumb one? I think we're still just gonna be like prep and plan mode tonight. I think we'll save it so that we're not like partially started today. Like keep a promise, and tomorrow will be like the big... You also are the dumb one. Welcome to the Dumb Club Society. The Dumb Guy Society. We'll all be dumb together. What's going on, Mr. Buttermaker? So yeah, I think we'll leave tonight as set up, get familiarized. We'll probably do some like build planning type stuff, get our character maybe to like the max that we can tonight, and then tomorrow the plan is 7 a.m. Maybe a little bit after that, but the plan is 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. So we're gonna be going all day during the day tomorrow, and then yeah, we'll run it back on our normal Monday to Thursday next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and then another 7 to 3 day stream on Friday for the full launch. And then we'll just be back to our normal Monday to Thursday. I think I made the plan too far in advance without thinking about it, and I feel wrong being like, we're gonna play the full game Friday, and then Thursday night start playing the full game and like have pulled the wool over the viewer's eyes, you know? I wanna stay true to it. I don't wanna Be like, oh, I missed it. Why is your character level 75 and whatever upgraded already? And how'd you get that thing? I'll be with you guys this time. Maybe next game, maybe 2K27, we'll get proper early access and have videos and the game ahead of time. But have the game downloaded? I do. So I have it sitting waiting. We just got the 3.5 hour countdown going. So prepped and ready. Should be good to go tomorrow morning. The other thing too is with doing a big stream tomorrow, we were gonna do a shorter stream tonight anyway, so I can get proper rest. Because if we're going at 7 a.m., I gotta get up closer to 6:30, probably like 6:15. Give myself some time to wake up. All right, so we're gonna run a quick little break here. First off, I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. The support lately has been huge. If you have not already and you're enjoying the stream, follow, subscribe, like on whatever platform you're watching. We are 13 YouTube subs away from 1,000, which is kind of epic. So I think between tonight and tomorrow, I think we're gonna hit the 1K. I think we're gonna hit the tier 2 monetization on YouTube. I just think hitting the 1K is a pretty cool milestone. So yeah, that's all you guys. So thank you so much. We're gonna run a quick little break here, roll ads so that nobody gets hit with ads during the stream, and you guys don't miss a thing. So we're gonna take a break together. Be back in like 3 minutes. Appreciate y'all. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. So I've got one of those. I don't know if it's like fiberglass or just like a hard plastic or what exactly it is. One of those like carpet mat protectors, right? Like for rolling your chair around. I tell you what though, you like step on them or move like your chair and stuff, it is so loud and squeaky and stuff. Not very good for sneaking around. So close to getting the whole ad break without one spot never filling, then 2 dropped on it in the last 30 seconds. Curse you, RNG. Curse you. Pre-ordering 2K25 gives you 23 as well, but the people who'd be pre-ordering a PGA game would likely already have the last installment. More than likely, yes. I guess the hope is like, I guess it's twofold. It sounds like you're giving a lot more than you actually are, right? Because you're giving a free copy of a game that you already have. The other thing being, I guess they're hoping to reach a broader market. I don't know what giving the extra game, I guess it's like keeps you in their ecosystem, so like you're more likely to stick around and get hooked onto PGA. Like you pre-order, you're like, oh, well, if I pre-order, I can get that game and play this one now, and you grind that. Maybe you want to spend some real money for stuff in that game in the like couple weeks that you had it. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like you could potentially get them to golf themselves out before the new game even comes. Or if it's to be like, maybe, you know what it is? It's probably to get the people that are like, this looks nice, but then you play the old one to see how big of a jump the lighting and the look, you know, and the textures and everything are. So there's that much more appreciation of like, wow, this is so good. Not just, it's whatever. It's just like, look at the difference. Like, I'm guessing that that's what it is. Also, Luis, yeah, my Prime sub is the same way. My Prime sub is 100% the same way. Okay, so we'll do rhythm last. Let's do tee shot. Right? Let's boost these off the tee. Let's do our approach shot. We have the swing path and the contact. Not gonna do recovery. I'll save the splash shot. I think for putt weight, I'm so bad with rhythm, I wanna spend the point on rhythm, I think. You need a 75 overall for lag putt, that's fine, I don't need the lag putt. We'll get there eventually. Do we put it into... Do you put anything into the chip? Because I feel like... it's fine. I think we'll hold on to points for now. The rhythm boost, not a big deal. Those aren't a big deal. Splash, maybe. We'll see. I want to see now how good does this character feel now that they're... Just the attributes are upgraded. Like, we haven't even... Or the... Is it skill points? These are the attribute points, these are the skill points. So now that we put skill points in, I don't want to spend this yet. I want to see like how strong just that is. Because these, I think, improve like our misses. This is going to improve our perfect window. So I want to see how much we hit the perfect window now. Guy's getting a little bit of a boost. And then I think after this, like, we'll take a look and we'll kind of maybe try and scout our build out a little bit more. See where we want to go, where we want to spend our points. Yeah, what's going on, Rational? How are you doing? All right. This doesn't look any bigger, but I guess it's because we're on Legend. So I have to think that maybe on Master or something. But we hit a fairway. We hit a fairway on one, which is something we normally don't. Enjoy the demo of the game that's already out, depending on where... Take it easy, Doctor. Oh, man, look at that. Look at that window. The contact is a bit higher than the swing path, even on the white. So the stat might affect the white window as well. This is so tight. De-loft it for some distance. Play it a little bit low. Now we gotta hit it, but... That's so much more forgiving. As soon as you upgrade those. You're 4 gigs away from full install, very slow. Well, you got a little over 3 hours for the last 4 gigs, so I think you've got plenty of time. Or at least I'd like to think you got plenty of time. We upgrade a couple of stats and all of a sudden we're birdieing the first hole. What a difference. What a difference. Okay. I see what guys were talking about with it being too easy. Obviously I'm like 3 strokes in, so I don't know how big of a difference it is, but yeah, on Legend with those upgrades, pretty nice. Pretty nice. Oh no, okay. See, I jinxed it. We had hit the perfects, but now we're off. And this is where upgrading the other stuff would make the misses a lot more reasonable. What are the Legends upgrades? What do you mean? What do you mean Legend upgrades? I mean, we're playing on Legend swing difficulty, but there's too many Legends. There's Legend swing difficulty, there's the Legend edition of the game. What are we talking about? Hold it open, so we played a little bit more left than we like. That was pretty close. That'll work. I don't know, like, is lag putt even gonna be necessary? Is lag putt even gonna be necessary? Like, I really don't know. I pulled it just a touch. Okay. Could I flip it? No, I can't. I'm gonna have to go with the... We're gonna have to swing right to left on this guy. It's already gonna come out. It wasn't bad. Came out hot. I just feel like I've had so many chips where the thing like barely comes out. That's more power than I wanted. But you know what? Like, also adding the transition and rhythm boost to putts probably goes a very long way. Because, I mean, I'm sure they want the archetypes and the skills and everything to matter. See, that ends up being really good because it's a net of 0.72 degrees off, and you've got a draw that forms from the double miss. Like that, it's not that bad because it's only like a degree. You double up the miss and all of a sudden it's a draw. So it sounds awful, but functionally it's very, very good. Functionally it's very, very good. The last thing you want in this game is to double cross yourself. Like that's the last thing you want, is to double cross yourself. If you can miss the right way. Oh, a little club twirl? Guy is feeling it. Guy is feeling it. All right, 6-iron. I think you gotta... something like this. Little closed. Ah. That's not the way to miss that shot. I'd rather miss that one open. Because now you gotta go... now you gotta go up. I guess going up's not that bad. I guess going up's not that bad. Okay, I feel kind of silly. I feel kind of silly right now. We put a couple of upgrades on our character. There's still 65 overall, and yeah, we're rocking. We're rocking right now. This one though, this is a hole that you want to draw it, which technically we have the natural draw. But I gotta swing more to the left. And I just pushed it. See, that's where it's like it's so hard. I think if you take practice swings, like you could definitely figure that out a bit more. Downhill lie, so I want to go somewhere in here. Hammered it. I guess it wasn't that bad. I guess I more overread it than hammered it. Excuse me? Excuse me? I know we put it in the water, but getting that lip out, that's kind of rough. What's going on, kids? Is it in HUD settings? Yes. No, it's a difficulty. It's a difficulty setting. So if you go down here to lie range, it's the classic lie range versus simulation. Simulation is just the picture. Classic has the percentage on it, like old times, you know. Classic. Oh no, the poll closed again? Dang. Just off the mark. Just off the mark. So that felt pretty good. Ugh. Just missed it. Yeah, if we're 2 under with a double bogey, that's pretty good. Oh, we over adjusted our swing path too. But yeah. Just a little bit of change and we're definitely swinging a lot prettier, generally speaking. The chip is kind of weird from back there. I guess I could have hit it a little bit further. I thought I was going to get more out of those initial bounces. That felt good. You know what? It's just off the mark, but push close, that's pretty straight. Because, like, look at that. Look at that approach shot. How much more forgiveness they give you. That's gonna be too little. Even if you play the high fade here, you'd have to really cut it to cut the distance. I think for what we're doing, you want this. I don't think a 9-9 you're gonna spin back, so I think if you're trying to play it aggressive, you gotta partial it. I did get a little bit heavy-handed on my rhythm there. Slam the stick a bit. But oh, leaving it short. That just felt so much smoother. Just making that small adjustment. By the time we get our character leveled up, that's definitely going to feel very good. Yeah, you get fittings on the clubs, all of a sudden you're hitting further. I feel like the shot shaping is pretty nice, especially if it stays as easy as it is to hit the partials. I'm curious if that's something that's going to change. Like if they're going to keep that mechanic or they're going to adjust it at all, because right now like the last game, your intent didn't matter. Whatever you swung the golf club at was what happened. This game, intent matters, because where your swing goes animation wise is dictated by your aim. What I mean by that is, like, obviously your 100% shot is a full swing, right? So you look at this, that's your 100%, right? His hands getting up like right at the top of that tree. But as you partial it, let's pull this back to like 95%. The vibration is happening like just shy of that, but the animation is still very much up there. So if you're just trying to do like 2% off, like you're just taking a normal full swing pretty much and basically relying on the forgivenesses of your stats to give it to you as the perfect. What's going on, Left Baffled? How are you doing? But then if you pull it back to like 85%, you would think, oh, 15% shorter swing is only going to be like out here. But the full animation of it is still like above your shoulder. It's just your intent dictates it just a little bit more than I feel like it should. Because what, if like just above your shoulder is 85%, if I go out to 100%, it's 97% is what that swing comes out to. Hey, Jim and Data, welcome back. How are we today? 94%. Like, I'm swinging 10, nearly 10+% higher than what I think I am if you're just going off of animation, right? Because same way, if I go down to, let's go 93%, and I do that, it's only 90 if I go up to that shoulder height. Like, you're only hitting a few percent shorter than what your intent is. So it's almost like in this game, your intent matters, and it kind of dictates how hard you hit the ball, not just length of backswing equals distance. And I don't know if that, I don't know maybe mentally accurately that checks out, right? Because if, a feel shot or something, I'm gonna hit this 50 yards. Some people have, like, it is a backswing length, but for others, it is more of just like a fully feel shot. I don't know how it translates in a golf video game, because it, difficulty-wise, if it's based off of your intent, playing with no vibration becomes real funky, especially playing with no aim marker, because now you have no aim marker. It's just a percentage, and maybe that's okay. You just say, I want to hit a 95% shot, and you just kind of know what 95% of a club is. But that's still kind of a weird thing. So I don't know if the switch up or transition there, translation, whatever you want to call it, is the right one. I hear YouTube sub. Baffled, thank you very much for the sub. Get in there. One closer to 1,000. The countdown is on, for sure. That is 989, ladies and gentlemen. We are 11 subs away from 1,000. That is epic. Okay, you can definitely feel this difference. 48 swing path versus 64 contact. That is very much so felt. That is very, very much so felt. I'm wondering, power-wise, how high we want to go, because I feel like swing path we're definitely going to want to take up, and contact. This is going to be like a learned thing of just like what feels comfortable. So like correction, I don't know how much extra, because it is draw fade bias severity and swing input angle offset. Is the swing input angle offset, is that the lie modifier? That must be, right? No, because that's the context. Unless that's like a generic term for it. Because you have your swing bias input offset, which is just draw versus fade. But then you have your context one, which is shot shaping and lie angle. What do they call it here? Just a little bit odd having like different. swing input angle offset required on pro difficulty or higher? I guess the more correction you have is just the less angle you need for all of the shots. Because the shaping stat is actually just like your draw, fade, and loft limitations. So what I do wonder here is, could you just leave shaping at 75? Crank up correction and swing path? And then, like, driver, you could get more power fittings and swing path fittings. You only crank your power up a little bit from here, and then, because I'm trying to look at my distances and try and think how they compare to last game. I did play a lot of power stuff. This is about my wedges are a bit short, but iron wise I'm only about 10 yards off. Only about 10 yards off of what we had before. So if you were to crank that up to 77 power, 77 power is going to give us 3 to 5 yards more. Let's go on single malt. Would shaping and correction mean more draw and fade with less angle needed? So correction, I believe, would. I don't think that shaping has anything to do... Well, actually... I think correction is like the base. Like how far your lie and your swing bias kind of start you off the axis. And then I think shaping is the more you shape, how long you can shape before it starts to move. So like, let's go to the range real quick. Because I'm on Sculptor, so it has 75. On the shot shaping, like the amount that I can move my shot shape before it starts to affect anything is pretty big. Like, because I can go from here all the way out to here and even past before it reduces anything. This even is a fade with a draw. Right? Like, you can see just how much that 75, I can go all the way to this fade shape. Let me see. I think what would be better for looking at this is if we put the shot shaping, what is it? Provision. Put the provision on so we can see it. So like, I'm a draw bias. I can go from here. I can bring it to a straightish shot. I can even tweak it a little bit, right? In the same swing path. Dictate it. I could even get it out to this baby fade. So I think, from like, in my opinion, like having a decent bit of shaping. I don't know how much shaping I want to go beyond this, because this is already a lot. But I think I might do some testing at some point once we have a bunch of VC and like spec things out where I like 99 certain stats and just like see how powerful they are, and then maybe we'll reconsider, you know, like a main build. But this is why I liked when I switched over. Because you basically play a natural draw, but you end up, it's a draw, you play a draw swing bias, but you always shape it to like a baby fade. So like, yeah, it's a weird thing of like, I have a draw swing because that's what works for me more naturally. And then you basically just, you're always lining up like you're playing a baby fade unless there's And the nice thing about it is that last little tweak of straight versus fade, you can kind of use when the wind comes into play, right? Like, oh, I don't want to ride the wind as much, so your intent is the same, but it actually has like a slight effect on it. What's going on, Marvel versus DC? Fire first, and you're getting this on Friday next week. Get in there. We're still just playing the demo, to be honest, but we're getting everything prepped for tomorrow. What's going on, Fish Stream? Almost time to get locked in. Yeah, we're getting our swing reps in. We're messing around with some stuff with the character build. I mean, we just went through and put in a few skill points and immediately went from over par to comfortably under par on Legend. Name was Jamazole last night? What made you change? Hopefully when you level up the character, the swing will be better. Yeah, from what I've noticed just in messing around with it now, Marvel, is the skill, like adding the skill points in makes a big difference. Like, this is still a 65 golfer, but I can feel the difference. Let me go over to the approach shot, that way we can like, look how this is Legend. Look how much fatter. Like, this is what a chip is on its default. This is how fat this is just by putting on the approach, contact, and swing path. So just that like initial upgrade to the stats has like a profound effect on what you're able to do. You're on PC, you have to wait till midnight. I'm on console, and I am on the demo still. I don't know how to. I didn't look up how to do it, and I made the promise that Friday was gonna be the first stream of it, and tonight we were gonna do some prep work. So I'm not backing out on that. I will be grinding it tomorrow with everybody else. We're not gonna have the full head start this year. Oh, you got Greenskeeper? Okay, yeah, I've got Sculptor. Can't play until midnight? Yep, just under 3 hours left. So yeah, my character is still a 65 overall, but we put in the tee shot stuff, we put in the approach shot. I guess we could put that on. We have 11 points. Let's see, putting. I think if we go... Let's get those maxed out, and then we'll put on... Do we want the approach rhythm? We may as well, right? And then when we get the next point, we can get that. I want to kind of... I don't know. Is the choked approach going to be worth it? I feel like getting the pitch shot stuff is going to be good, because I want to go this route. I want to get runner and spinner. I don't know about choked approach and off the deck. They're very expensive. I do feel like approach is where we're going to spend a lot of points, because we're going to want knockdown. Or I'm avoiding the punch entirely. Flop and super flop, I don't know. Like, recovery is probably going to be the last one that we skill up. Maybe we'll get into situations where all of a sudden we're like, oh man, it'd be great to build this out. But right now I think recovery is like my least. Like, building out the flop will be nice, but I suck at going that swing. Like, I'm naturally on the draw bias. Going out to the fade bias side is really, really tough. Waiting in line for Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2006. Oh man, I think is that, hold on. I don't know what my scenes look like. Hold on here. Yeah, good enough. Classic. Got the PS2 Tiger Woods 06. This was my first. This was my first Tiger Woods game. New dual analog swinging and putting. What was it before? Was this the first one with analog? Or was this the first one to allow you to pick between left and right stick? This is why I'm a left sticker. Become the #1 golfer of all time. They have the picture of Tiger. Now, I don't know if they're saying that Tiger is the #1 golfer of all time in 2006, or if they're just saying, like, you can beat him. Good times, though. Funny story. Before I decided to buy PGA Tour 2K21 5 years ago, I booted this up. I got my PS2 out, I plugged it into my TV, and I played this for a round or two, and I was like, we're getting back into golf. Also, I need to get a better full screen, what you call it? Need to get a better full screen scene. I never use it, so it's just a black backdrop. If we want back once this hockey game is over, Thomas? All right. Sounds good, man. Hopefully it's a good game. You went for the disc version, so you'll have to wait one more week. Hope you get the Clubhouse Pass still. Clubhouse Pass. So, as far as I'm aware, the Clubhouse Pass, there's a couple ways to go about it. If you pre-order the Legend Edition, which I think Deluxe and Legend, regardless of which edition you get, I think are digital only. So if you're getting the Standard Edition, you can still get Clubhouse Pass. Legend comes with it. Then each season, the Clubhouse Pass is $9.99. But I believe that you can buy, if you plan to get all 5 seasons and play the game, for the next year, I think you can get like a season pass or like a bundle of the Clubhouse passes for $40. So it's like $10 cheaper if you get it that way. And if you get the Legend Edition, it's essentially $20 cheaper because the Deluxe to Legend upgrade includes that for $30 more. So $100 for a golf game, you won't regret it either. Well, that's like I spent the $120 on the last game, and I think the $120 goes further this game than last game. But $120 for 900 hours of content, yeah, pretty good deal. pretty good deal, in my opinion. Like, if you play the game and enjoy it that much, like it's gonna go a good ways. 3 a.m. in Norway? Oh man. Staying up late. I will definitely not be up until 3 a.m. tonight. That's for certain. That is for certain. I gotta get to bed early. We're streaming at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Play PGA Tour, you and your friends play, but swear the game lies. So I played. Here you go, Marvel. You want to see how much I enjoyed 2K over EA? We got 900 hours of this. EA is all the way back here at 39. So I think that says a lot. EA, my biggest... Marvel, thank you for the follow. My biggest thing with EA is the randomness to it. I think it looks very good. I think the career mode is a fun thing. I don't like the gameplay cycle for the tournaments because it just felt like super high scoring, play the no fee one to get into the, like, to get currency to play the next one, to get currency to play the next one, to get currency to play the same one the next time. And then you're just in the loop and like having to shoot crazy low scores on the same couple of courses. But more than that, because I can set that aside, the randomness baked into the shots, not okay. You can't. One of the big things that I really love about the 2K series is if you set up your shot, right? You read the wind, you read the elevation, you choose everything about your shot, right? You choose everything about your shot, and then you execute it, and it says perfects. It is going to go physics-wise like where you lined it up to go. EA, take that same concept and then just put a giant circle and say, somewhere in here is where you're gonna land. And we're gonna tell you, you hit a perfect shot. And you may have read the wind right and everything if you played for the center, but you could end up 8 yards left. Oh, that's fun. Like, no, that sucks. Like, you kind of get away with it in career mode, right? Career mode, you kind of get away with it because it's like you're playing against AI. The little bit of variation spices things up a little bit. Still not great, but you can give it a little bit of forgiveness in career mode. Now go into competitive head-to-head match play and tournament play, and two people hit the exact same shot input-wise, aim at the same place, and they're ending up in different places. The guy who got luckier, hopefully, like, everybody can putt, because one guy might just be getting closer because of inherent random variance. And that's where it falls apart for me. Like, that to me is like ruining, you know, essentially competitive integrity. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, what the equivalent would be. Like, you play FIFA or you play Madden, right? You're a quarterback or you're taking a shot on goal. Two people take the same shot from the same thing. Let's take the AI of the goalkeeper out of the equation, right? You're just doing training drills to show off how good you are. People are hitting the same inputs from the same spot, but one guy, you just happened to miss it. There's nothing that you did wrong. Game just said, dice roll, nope. No dice. Like, that to me, like, that's why I have so little time in it. Not to mention the swing part was a little bit weird. I felt like you got to the top and then you like swung the stick down and had to do like a weird like backwards swing off the top. It was like, I didn't like that either, but like just having the RNG in it was like a big no-no for me. Hey Lucas, what's going on? KG Moose, welcome back. I believe EA made 2K25 a better game. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We don't get this game without EA making their game. 100%. 100%. For multiple reasons, right? The stuff that they did, and then also 2K went ahead and poached like two of their game designers. So obviously we see a lot of EA stuff integrated into this. I think done better. That's not to say that it's done the best, right? We will see as time goes on here with the game when we have 99 golfers and how things go, how courses design, you know, and all that. You know, hopefully they make some tweaks if need be, like some balancing stuff this game. We don't have to wait all the way till 27, which might be the case. Unless there's something that's like super game breaking, then maybe we'll get it earlier. But like you don't see, I don't think without EA you get this skill tree and you get, you know, the way that some of these things break down for sure. Busted sentence, we'll type in while walking, no worry. No worries. EA may be done with golf games. I think they abandoned the golf IP. 100%. I think they saw what 2K was doing, and I think they said we can make that better. We have that old relationship. We can get the Masters. We can make it next gen only and make it look great. And you could tell that they were going for more of a live service approach to it, because unlike other EA games, they did not put a year in the title, right? We got EA Sports PGA Tour. Okay, they're going to keep pumping courses and stuff into it. And what did we get? We got the first year of majors, and we haven't heard a peep from them since June. So what, we got like just over a year out of them. They were putting out updates. You were getting these notes and dev information and everything. Like, it was like there was like a hype between, oh, each season's got new stuff. Like the way that they presented their marketing, like they marketed it well. You know, it looked nice. You know, all this hype. Oh, EA's back. All this stuff. And then it's like things are going, but it's like the gameplay is just not quite there. And, you know, it starts to churn, and there are certain things that don't get fixed, and they get quieter and quieter and quieter, and it's been silent for 8 months now. That to me screams it's dead. That to me screams it's dead. Unless they magically try and resurrect right around the Masters again, but for it to go that quiet for that long, I think those devs are all out on doing other stuff for EA. Never played 2K Golf? Are their microtransactions bad like EA? Don't mind grinding for stuff. So there's more microtransaction... Not really. So there's not like anything even remotely close to like how EA's like Ultimate Team stuff is. I think if you're comparing it to EA Golf, they had currency purchase stuff. Right now, I don't know what that looks like for this game. I'm assuming you can just buy raw VC. You can play the game and get VC. And this game actually has quests and stuff where the last game didn't, so there should be more opportunity for more VC. The only thing microtransaction-y about this game compared to other games, this is the first game that has like a pay-to-win potential element to it, and as it stands right now, it is pay-to-win. It may be minor, but it is technically pay-to-win, so I'm going to stick with that stance. You have the Clubhouse Pass, which gives you 100 tiers. If you pay for the premium, you get 34 tiers. If you don't pay anything, you just have it. So as you level that up, you get something. You see it with Battle Pass in Fortnite. You see it with the Rocket Pass. Like, you see it in other games. It's not a new concept. But so in that, like at level 25, I think everybody gets a new, and it's here. You get a Clubhouse Pass skill. So it's for season 1, it's the tie spinner is what it's called. Everybody gets it for free. The pay to win part is on the premium tier. On the premium tiers, you get the upgrades to it for forgiveness. So the swing path, rhythm, contact, transition. Those forgiveness upgrades are on the paid tier. So that's the only truly pay to win. Everything else is you just have to play it more. If you don't, like, you have to grind out some of the more premium currencies and different things a little bit more if you don't get the Clubhouse Pass. Otherwise, like, you don't have to spend anything. You just have to play a bunch to get VC to upgrade your things. Can't wait to grind this game, Nero. I can't either. Grind is good. Yeah, if there's the right balance. Like, obviously you don't want everything in the game handed to you and then you're done the game quick. But it's the balance, right? You don't want it to be on the other end too, where it's like so much grind just to get to end game to play. I mean, I think it depends on what you want to get out of it. I think for the average player, the grind is not a bad thing. I think for the player that is like, I want to do all the competitive stuff, the grind gets in the way because you have to grind to get to the thing that you really want to do at the highest level. So there's obviously a balance to it, but yeah, this is the first 2K golf game that has like a true pay to win element introduced into it. Because in the last game it was going to be like buying VC to get the ball sleeves and then they were able to be disabled. What's going on, Duck? Good evening. That's the other thing. So the battle passes in this one don't expire, which is huge. So in the last game, every season, if you missed a season, like that battle pass was gone. This game, and I think it's probably because of these clubhouse passes, they don't want people to be like completely unable to get shots, right? They don't want it to be like, oh, you joined the game 8 months in. Sorry, you missed the first 3 or whatever shot types, and they're just inaccessible. So you can level one up. You know, if you skip season 2, right? Like you were playing now, and then you didn't have time, and you came back in season 3. You could play season 3 up to 100, and then go back to season 2 and play it, or you could level up season 3. I think switch to season 2 midway. Level that up if you knew there were certain things that you wanted to pick off, or maybe season 3 didn't speak to you, go back and do 2 first. So that's really, really nice. We're still in the demo, Duck. I did not make the virtual travel to New Zealand. We're playing as a sculptor, Nero. Even so, you can have a lobby of players with level 99 golfers, and the skilled players will still dominate. Oh yeah, absolutely. There's definitely skill is still at the pinnacle of it, but when you add in like pay to win features or anything, it closes the gap, right? You have like a really skilled golfer who doesn't have the upgrades, but they're more accurate than you are. They might be able to pull off that shot still, but they just have to work a little bit harder for it. Right? It's all about the way that those gaps kind of close down. Greens seem quicker on this one. I haven't compared head to head, but yeah, I don't know if they're faster relative to certain speeds. I'm curious to see like what the mins and maxes are once we have the full game. What up, Lex? How long are we gonna go tonight? Probably only gonna go maybe close to 10:30. I'm gonna call it an earlier night tonight because we're gonna get up and we're gonna start stream at 7 a.m. tomorrow. We're gonna be on 7 to 3 tomorrow during the day Eastern time, and same with next Friday. So the Thursday night, well, we'll have the full game next Thursday. So next Thursday, sleep might take a hit. We'll see. Tonight is like, oh, you're playing the demo, so it doesn't matter how late you stay. But next Thursday, depending on how the stream's going, there might be some sleep issues. I make the virtual travel to New Zealand on Xbox. PSN permanently locks the country that the PSN account was created on. Okay. I knew that you could change. I wasn't sure. I thought you could do it on PSN, but I didn't look into it. So I was just kind of making the assumption that I was being lazy. I don't know though, because I think some other people were doing stuff, but I also don't know what platforms people are on. I'm sure there are some ways to get around it. All right, so we will be back. We're gonna take just a real quick break here. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Been great chats. Go with Deluxe. We got Legend. But we're gonna roll a quick break here so that nobody gets hit with ads for the next hour. So everybody take a quick stretch, refill your water. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Again, I appreciate everybody hanging out, spending your time with me. If you're enjoying, follow, sub, like on the platform you're viewing on, and I'll see you in a few. BRB.
It's raining.
Ads. have to create a new PSN account. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't look into it too much. I did the quickest of searches and saw something about potentially being able to change your address or something, but I don't think that didn't feel like it would work. That did not feel like it would actually do anything. Okay, so what is it? We've got tee shot. When we get this up, I think we'll put the rhythm on. I guess we'll go. What we want stinger. I'm just trying to think about how we want to build this out. Full swing with the slightly reduced carry distance. Perform with all clubs except driver from anywhere on the course. See, I feel like recovery is going to be mostly nothing. Tee and approach is going to be mostly full. We're going to have to get these guys. I don't think I'm going to do blast, but I think we'll build out through to get pick. Chip, bump and run. I don't know if we're going to bump and run. I think probably get chip, probably get putt. Gonna have to go through lag putt to get Texas wedge and green reader. Green reader's gonna be big time. I'm hoping that skill points will be easy enough to acquire. We're gonna have to make some choices. At least recovery is a pretty easy skip. At least on this build. I think we're definitely gonna have because with a sim build, you're not gonna build out this last leg of it, right? So you can save all these green reader points, which are gonna be super expensive. 24, 32, 40, 56. So the question is, I think we have to build up swing path. On this character. 75 shaping, I think, is a pretty sweet spot for it. I don't know if we're gonna go any higher. Probably putting some points into recovery will be good. The thing is with this, I need to see how many stats you can get out of the clubs, because we're gonna definitely want to boost some of this stuff on the putter, because we're such a bad putter. A full 99 character allows 2/3 of the skill to be unlocked. Right, but it's not quite yes, but it's also not quite as simple of a math equation, simply because the further you go down these ones, the higher cost you have, right? The 85 overall skills are double the cost, and all their boosts are too. So for every one of these you basically have to cut out 2 other skills to replace it. But I also don't know what that max looks like. G-Dog I think has a 99 character already, so I'll maybe have to check in with what the total cap is, and then can kind of go from there. But these have been big boosts. What I don't know is just how. I mean, I guess the thing is, what did I say? So this is a 16-point difference. I think we can see a pretty big difference between swing path and contact. Let's pull it up on the range, because that's at 16 points. If we can visibly see it, you just kind of start to wonder how much is it when you're at full separation. Let's take a look at approach shot, because that's gonna have, I think, the widest. So there's our approach shot. I mean, that's those 16 points. There's a good bit there. There's a good bit there for sure. Okay, I think the other thing I want to look at is if we take a look at the clubs, we can see kind of what the fitting slots look like. Okay, so you get 5 fitting slots at +2. Now, do we know what the max upgrade value is for these? I know there was some info that they had put out. I know there was some info that they had put out on their page, but do we have like official numbers? Because you get 5, that's a lot. But do we know how high it goes? Trying to see if I can see it on their page or not. Let me bring it up. We'll scroll through together instead of staring at this. Okay, so this is the club level up page. Level 1 clubs will have 1 slot available. Yeah, okay. I know that. That's just the 5 different sections of it here. Yeah, we're still in first look, Ben. We're kind of getting things prepped and maximized so that tomorrow, when we play for 8 hours, we have the knowledge, we have the focus. But yeah, we're gonna go to bed before the full game launches here on the East Coast. A dev answer when asked how many skills you can unlock, they explained a fully yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that being a dev answer, that it's 2/3. I think that was in the one video. Maybe we'll have to scrub the video to find that number. Because that's going to be in the first dev diary, right? That's where you're at, Ben? Yeah, just... we be waiting. It'll be here soon enough. Let me see here. So PGA Tour 2K25 developer diaries. Let's go with number 1. My player... hold on. Is it the My Player, My Career one? Got a gameplay trailer. Okay. It's gotta be in here, right? Gotta be in here. 5 skill points per level? I don't actually know that. It might be. First swing, Evo swing, practice, quests, My Player. Here's your archetypes. Okay, so here's our attributes. Skills. We need equipment progression, right? Okay, I'm gonna mute this song. We're gonna turn this on, and
we're introducing equipment progression, the ability to earn experience on the clubs and balls that you choose to take into each round. Clubs will have the ability to be leveled up by
Sculptor,
set. Players can level up their clubs by either continually playing rounds with chosen set of clubs, or by using level up tokens that they have earned or purchased.
Okay, so we know that Emerald is plus 4.
The amount of fitting slot it has. Level 1 clubs have 1 fitting slot available. Level 2 have 2, and so on. Fittings are back, but very different. Being used to improve the performance of your club that benefit layered on top of Evo tiers, which consist of 5 levels with increased boosts for each tier. Once you have completely leveled up a club, you can use an Evo tool to evolve your clubs to the next tier, which unlocks more powerful fitting slots. With all the customization on offer.
Okay, that did not have an Evo tool. So as it stands, plus 6. I think plus 6 is the max out the gate. So you have 2 Evos, Emerald and then Sapphire. But that's still 30 stats. That's still 30 stats to be distributed. So, I mean, that being said, like, you can really start to choose how you want to level stuff up across the board. Yeah, I was between Sculptor and Technician. Powerhouse just has a little bit too little forgiveness for me at the start right now. I don't know if it's a better base or not. I like the Sculptor. I like the way that the Sculptor base was. Okay, and then Putter has 4+6 slots, right? So you get 24 stats on your putter, and you can get 30 stats on everything else. Right, skill points aren't the same as club fitting and Evo upgrades, but they play on the same things, right? So my point being, I want to know how those... I'm trying to maximize how those two work in tandem, because in theory, right, on your driver, if you had enough stats everywhere else that you liked on your driver, right, you don't need recovery for driver, there's a good amount of shaping here. If your correction shaping are at a place where you like, and you're comfortable with the rhythm and transition, contact, swing path, whatever, like you could pump this. I could just leave it at 69 power and pump it up 30 power, you know, on maximum driver fittings, and I have a max distance driver. So it's understanding the balance of everything to understand, okay, well, how much do I actually have to put in on, you know, with my attribute points to then balance the rest of my stuff out? Because this is shared across all of your clubs, and then you want to be more specific. Told to save everything until game launch. I think the big reason, Ben, is just because we haven't really, like, without having the full game and just having the demo, you don't know quite how frequently you're going to get VC fittings, you know, as you play different courses, see what things actually pain point. Because right now we're playing the same course with no wind, whatever. Just saving things allows you to not spend before you know. So, like, I've just now put in, you know, we've probably got like close to 10 hours in the demo. I'm just now putting in skill points to these guys. I'm trying to figure out how I want to kind of go with this. But I'm just thinking, like, if I could put 24 points into my putting, I can up my putt weight, my putt path, I could up all of these closer to 50 without spending any of my skill points. What's going on, Colt? Only out for PSN right now and not PC? I'm on the demo, man. I'm living in your world too. I'm living in your world too. It is out in Europe and East. It will be out in the US shortly, and anybody else that has it in the US right now either got an early access or more than likely is on console and time zone swapped. Right. Attribute points and skill points are different. Skill points have a very big effect, though, on the transition and the swing path and everything for a specific shot type, and then this boosts it even further across all shot types. And then obviously the clubs play into this as well. So you're boosting everything. You just have to be very picky about where you want certain stats. So, like, I'm trying to figure out how much correction do I want to put in, how much swing path. Like, swing path is going to be something that I'm going to want to bump, because basically you want to try and get it to, like, a comfortable enough midpoint. Because I'm also just looking at my numbers here. Let me take a look at my golf bag. Let's swap out this hybrid. See what we can do here. So let's replace this with probably a 4-iron. And then I don't think I want to go double wood. Do we want to... You can 2-iron, you could 3-iron. Now, the other thing about not spending stuff now is, like, we're going to get other club sets and things through either the shop or through career mode and stuff. And you're probably going to want to switch off of the 2K clubs, and then you have to re-level them because they're not just a skin. You have to actually like re-level and refit everything. Right, yeah. I know. The 2/3 comment was for the skill points, absolutely. There's a 52-degree wedge and there's a 62-degree wedge. Okay. So you can tweak your wedges a little bit. I would never recommend carrying 5 wedges. Right now my setup from 23 is this. Is driver 3 wood 3 hybrid 4 iron. What up, Dirt Monkey? No, we're on the demo. We'll be playing tomorrow though. We're just getting things prepped and ready for tomorrow morning. We'll be full steam ahead at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So right now what I'm not sure of is hybrid versus iron. There's part of me that wants to go and put the 2 iron in the bag, but I feel like maybe having an alternative set of clubs that maybe is more Link style, right? Something that's a little more windy and low, and then maybe I take out like a hybrid and put in some extra irons. 5 wedges would be considered a wedge connoisseur. I guess the funny part is technically... Oh, hold on. This is interesting. Pitching wedge, 50-degree wedge, 56, 60. I'm used to this being a 4, because wouldn't the pitching wedge normally be 48? I mean, I can't see what the loft is on it, so maybe it's a 46-degree pitching wedge. Hoping the tie spinner is not locked behind a paywall to complete. As far as we know, Dirt Monkey, it is. I don't think it's changed. I haven't heard anything about it changing. So we'll all get it at level 25 on the free pass. But the transition and rhythm and, you know, contact swing path, all of those boosts are on the premium side of the Clubhouse Pass, unfortunately. So 124. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll go with this setup for now. Because what was my club? It was like 300, 258, 240, and then like 218. The wedges are the ones that are a little bit shorter right now, but honestly, I don't know that you're gonna have to burn a ton of... You're gonna have to put a decent amount of skill points into power, but I think overall you're not going to need to. Because I'm just thinking, like, if I put my power to 77, I can probably just not even put a single point of power or like a single power fitting on, and you can just earn the contact back with fittings. So I might do something like that. I don't know if I want to burn these points yet. Let's go on, little CC. It's a deluxe edition released today, so deluxe and legend edition are out for the US in just over 2 hours. So yeah, I feel like we're the sculptor. You put 77 power, then we can start cranking swing path for attribute points. We can put some in contact. You get 24 out of those, like 30 points. I could get my contact. I don't know if I'm gonna put recover. I think contact, swing path, maybe a little bit of correction depending on like all of my clubs. I mean, maybe put a little bit on the rhythm and the transition, but like our transition we're pretty good with already, even at the 57. So I'm not going to pump the points in yet for distance. Like, I'm going to hold on to points until we can at least get to the level 10 and see. I'm assuming you're getting, like, mostly just 1 point per level. But I don't know. I feel like I have a good idea about how I wanna build this character out. I think the bigger question is gonna be like the skill progression. But like, if we can get that little bit extra swing path and contact upgraded, I think we only really need extra distance off of our driver. Like, real talk, I think we only really need it off of our driver. Hold it. Gosh darn it, I feel like I'm in this bunker so often. Does seem that 2K knocked it out with this version. Seems to be unanimous praise. Except for that IGN guy. I don't know how many of you guys saw that. 2K, PGA 2K's Twitter retweeted the IGN review that was done, and the IGN reviewer said that EA is better. How I overhit the rhythm. Said that EA was better, but that, you know, 2K is improving. I thought that was pretty funny. What's going on, CK? 2 more hours, you're ready? It feels so silly. Everybody's like waiting until midnight. Meanwhile, I'm like, I gotta go to sleep so we can get up and grind this out tomorrow. That felt pretty good. Ooh, get in there. Hit it with the fist bump. Can't take anything IGN says any longer. They've been terrible for years. I think they just say stuff to get a rise out of people. I think they know that they're hitting the entire golf community that plays these games when they say something like that. You know? At this point, it's just a tactic to say incorrect stuff. Ah, man, pulled it. But I think, yeah, I think it's for the clicks. You know, get the traffic onto their site. But also, apparently, they didn't even review 23. Or at least that's what I read somebody say, is that they didn't, or that person who did the 25 review didn't do a 23 review. Not to say that they didn't play the game, but just a funny little tidbit. I'm always missing the swing plate on this shot in particular. We got the Legend Edition, CK. We got Legend. We play it enough for me to justify. I think the way that they did the bunker lies allows for a lot more flyers. I feel like they made it so that the sand, your worst case is down towards that like 85%. But your best case scenario is like 94 to 99. Not for every bunker shot, but like a fair number of them. Look at this, now we don't even have to go with something different. Just take the hybrid. I like the sound of that. That's one of them YouTube subs. Dogman. Get in there. Thank you very much for the sub. Greatly appreciate it. One more. One closer to 1,000. Get in there, folks. Seriously, you guys have been too kind. All right, all of a sudden, we're 2 under. Little eagle putt. My hand's starting to cramp. I must have had my hand gripped on the controller a certain way for too long. All right, that sub puts us at 990. Playing a lot of the Clubhouse Pass, the Legend Edition may be a viable choice. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, first off, I bought the Legend Edition in the last game, and it was not worth it. This game, however, there's actual value in the Clubhouse Pass stuff, which was not there last time around. Oh, did I pull it and get it on the green? Okay. We'll take that. We'll take that. So yeah, 23, the Legend Edition sucked and I bought it. So, you know, when they had the Clubhouse Pass stuff, I was like, well, that ought to be pretty good to get this go around. Underhit it. Man, my putting rhythm and stuff is so bad. I do want to test on the tap in. Can you full pull back and still make the tap in? Or did they just make it so easy to hit that you shouldn't miss it? Yeah, 100 tiers, so they doubled the number of tiers. They don't expire. Literally for the same amount of money as the last game, you get twice as many things. That doesn't mean twice as many cosmetics, but because of that, that actually increases the value, right? If you're getting more VC and all of that, theoretically, that should be considered more value. Oh, baby. Do the little... Okay. No twirl, but we'll drop it. No club twirl, but we'll drop it. Look at that. Oh, we're just... The hard part is we're playing that fade. Right? We're playing that fade, so it's hard to get back to this pin. This one's always going to be a putt. We're never able to get close to it. So close. So close. But we're in for a bird. We're in for a bird. So yeah, as someone who, you know, we played 900 hours of 23, we will certainly play hundreds of hours when it comes to it being 25. Yeah, for me, it just makes sense. Of course I didn't. Ah, boy. That was so far off the mark. I know, yeah, boo me all you want. Boo me all you want. A little bit hot. And we left it high. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. But it becomes that question, right? Like, do you attack the pin in all cases? Or do you try and play... Do you try and play a little bit smarter golf? You know? Like, that's a very... very legitimate question when the misses are the way that they are in this game. Now, obviously, like, we're going to improve. and our skills are going to improve, and our attribute points, like all of these things are going to get better over time here. Just from leveling them up. I underhit that. But I hit it with 11% more power on the rhythm. Holy mother of God. How? 11? I'd only seen 8 before. That felt more aggressive. It's only 1% over, so I know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah, putting rhythm is going to need some love on my characters. Putting rhythm is 100% going to need some love on my characters. Just no doubt about that. I honestly don't know. I feel like we're pretty good with where the correction is at. I think we just need to improve our... I think we just need to improve our hits at this point. You know, I think give ourselves a bit more in terms of the forgiveness. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so we get that initial pass of upgrades, and you know, it's just like that we're shooting consistently a few under par on legend. So I think like as soon as we start adding, we add a little more distance, we start to boost some of those forgiveness stats, I think we're gonna be sitting pretty. Because I also have to think, like, if we end up in a situation where, you know, Master ends up being the swing, we just have more forgiveness. The other thing is, like, Pro swing, it's almost like, do you make a separate build for Pro and below, like for ranked matchmaking and like the lower parts of ranked tours, because you have more forgivenesses by default, or your misses aren't as bad? Like, I think that might be something that you start playing with. I don't know though. I think for now we'll have one, but like I think swing path, honestly, the default power 67 is not that bad. Well, we got an extra one, so we could go to 78 now. So this just boosts the distance of like a couple of the clubs. A couple of them get rounded up. So if you got this to plus 11, you get this up to 78. I'm just thinking like you want the multiples so that on the driver you can... It fits into a multiple of 6. So you would want to go like 81, 87, or 73. You could work with 73. You could definitely work with 73. You put... Or no, not so... Hold on. Bad math. 75. You put 4 power fittings on a max driver. Max out the distance on it. And then you got 6 points to spend somewhere else, which would probably be swing path, unless we boost that enough. Because the other numbers, like I'm just thinking like our clubs in the last game, right? And if you're getting plus 6, like what did plus 6 do? 2 yards? 4 yards on the driver? So if plus 6 is truly 4, I mean, is it equal? Plus 2, 4, 6. Not quite. It's a little bit under that. You need 10 to get to the plus 6 on the driver. So if you put You get it to 81, you put 24 more points on, you're probably at probably only in the 290s. It's probably not absurd. But like, look, I'm just thinking of like how my bag played in 2K23. We had a driver that carried just, I think it was like 298 or something, and then you had wind boosts and stuff. I don't think you're gonna have that. I think you just go for whatever the max power is on the driver. But I had a 258 3-wood, I had a 240. I'm sitting in front of it, so I'll draw myself out of the. We had 258, hybrid was 240, 4-iron was 218, 5-iron was 206, or yeah, it was 206. 6-iron 196, 7-iron 186, 8-iron was 176. I think it was 176 or 175. 165 for our 9-iron, 153 for our pitching wedge. So I mean, like, if we wanted to play the same kind of distance stuff on the wedges, but I don't know if we want to go as long on the distances with the wedges, because pitch shots right now, we don't get the same kind of spin on them. So we're going to have to see how spinners work, what kind of distance you can get out of the spinner. But I don't think we have to go crazy high with the power. I think you go a little bit up with the power. I don't even know if I need to take it all the way up to 81. I think 75 would be like a good starting point. What's going on, LFA? Anyone else having issues getting the game to download? What platform are you on? Because on PlayStation, mine just auto-downloaded. Like, I turned my console on and it was there. You're on Xbox. I would think that it would have pre-installed if you have the pre-order. I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody in chat who's on Xbox who might have some first-hand experience with getting it to work. You're just stuck at 33%. It might just be because it's getting close to time and a lot of people are pulling from the server. That could be it. I don't know though. That's just speculation. I also don't know if there's just a general Xbox something going on. So yeah, I think 75. I think we might go 75 power because that's only a few yards shorter. You could maybe put some power into the shorter clubs if we want to. I don't know if we're going to want to. So we have a good amount of shaping. I guess the question is, like, it's a 17-yard gap between the 9-iron and the pitching wedge. I got to see how much I can shape out of that. And then I think from there, we're going to go swing path. We're going to go contact. I mean, maybe you put a little bit into rhythm and transition. But honestly, like, hitting the 1% extra, they're not bad. And then, yeah, we'll want to get some points into putting. But we're also going to get a bunch of points into putting later on. I mean, we've got these maximized for what we can. We'll get putting. You get 24 points out of the putting fittings, or the putter fittings. But I want to see. So if we're a 17-yard gap between 9-iron and pitching wedge, at this shot shaping, what kind of gap control do we have? Because it's nowhere near. This is the thing, though. It's nowhere near what it was 2K23, but partial shots are so much easier in this game. So it's really about, like, how many percent is that 17 yards? So let's go 9-iron, right? So this is the 9-iron. It's at 153. I'm going to need to turn on some stuff. Pausing and unpausing has worked for you on PlayStation? What's going on, Bron? Oh, Bronco. I'm sorry. My brain put the sections of the name. Welcome back, Bronco. How you doing? For whatever reason, my name read my brain read Braun co-number, and like at first it was like cucumber. Like my brain was just well off the mark. It was really bad. I don't think I need the trajectory. I think I just need a marker on. Yeah, Yankees game tomorrow. I will not be watching. I'm doing well, Bronco. Thank you for asking. We're just testing some stuff here. Okay. So full loft is only taking off a yard. You are not getting a lot of distance change there. 17 yards. And if I want to stretch this, I can get... Okay, so de-lofting. If I want to stretch my pitching wedge, I can stretch like 3 yards. So you're looking at... What's 140 percentage-wise? 92%? But like, the 92%... It's not too bad to hit. So I don't know if we need to put any points into transition. I really don't. Because we're not... Because it's intent-based, I think that makes it so much easier. Like, I feel like we can just leave transition where it's at. Feels like we have enough forgiveness on it so long as we put the transition in from our skills. And then that leaves, you know, that leaves rhythm as the place where we would put extra points. You know, I think that just leaves rhythm where we would put the extra points then. And even then, I don't know how much... I feel like I'm going to want to put more towards putting than the rhythm. Because putting, I'm already so bad. So it's going to need some help. So like, we boost power a bit. We put a bunch of swing path and contact. I think I like 70 correction. Recovery might not be bad either. That's going to be more a question, though, of... First off, on recovery, how much better does it make the lie range? Because you also have to think... You're not going to take driver 3-wood out of bad lie range. 3 hybrid maybe, but that's just like if you're fairway bunkering. So realistically, that's going to be your irons. Yeah, the question is like, do you put correction fittings on? Or, I mean, recovery fittings on some of your irons and wedges? I don't know, though, because, like, I feel like I want to boost them to be as accurate as possible, regardless of the situation. Like, I think transition's fine. Rhythm could use a few points. I think swing path contact's going to be the biggest thing, because those are your... how far off target you're going to go, and then give me some putting stuff. My putting rhythm sucks, so we're probably going to want more there. But I'm still unsure on the putting rhythm. Like, how big of misses we're getting on the putting rhythm has a lot to do with my inputs. Like, the way that I take the club away and transition down, it leads to a very snappy... So I need a faster pullback. I need to be more committed and hit, which maybe is going to just mean that I need more weight so that I have a better forgiveness window on that. Maybe you don't focus on rhythm as much, or you put a bunch into here and then you could just fully fit your club into boosting that worst stat. Something along that line, maybe. Mess around with all the attributes, find out. Oh, exactly. I'm trying to theorize now because I think I have a pretty good idea about how I want to spend stuff, because I feel like where the shaping and correction stats are, I feel like our swing path, Like our swing line to hitting the path and contact is already pretty good. We just need to make that more forgiving and more hittable, so you boost the contact and swing path. Power at 67 is already fairly close to what my numbers, what my bag was in 23. So I'm not sure if I need to go higher than the 75 on power. That leaves a lot of other points available to us still. Because what? It's 1, 2, 3 to 66, 1, 2, 3 to 67, 1, 2 to 68, 3 to 69. So we're going to get a lot of points. Like, we're going to get a lot of points to get to a 99, right? If that's 11 points to get to 69, I mean, that's to go 11 for 4 points. So if we have to go another 30, you're going 7.5, like, you're going to get like 100 points total to put into this build. Congrats on your face, Bronco. But we're going to get like 100 points total to put into this. So like, if this is 11 of it and you have like 90 almost left, and you're going contact, like I could go 20, 20, and then like 15, 15, 15, you know what I mean? Like you're going to be able to get so many stats out of this. Play Yankees versus Philadelphia in MLB The Show. Go Phils. Get that dub. Get that virtual dub. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna be going with our build tomorrow. I think power and swing path are priority number 1. And then we just go from there. I think we're good off the tee. I don't know, like Stinger will be good. I don't know about the choked approach. I think we're going to end up building out. Through the pitches tomorrow, like as kind of first priority. We're going to need chipping, pitches to get out to spinner. We're going to want Texas wedge. I guess technically, since this is our archetype, yeah, we're going to want to build through these pitches so that we can get to the knockdown shot, because that's for everything. I'm liking it, Jet Ski. I'm liking the Sculptor build. I find that the base stats for it work very well for me. Because it basically already has like shaping and correction at a point where I like it, and it has a good amount of power. I feel like with the powerhouse, maybe the power's already where you need it, where I would want it to be, but I gotta work a lot at the other things. This just has a good enough blend of forgiveness, and I don't need to pour as many points into power. But I think you can make ultimately any of these really work. I don't know if this the way that they made the archetypes in this one is going to turn out too differently from the last game. I think the builds are going to be more, you build characters, like my players, and bags that are more situated for certain course types or tournaments. Like you kind of have like a base one, and then I think you're going to have like a more US Open style play, a True Sim style play, right? Like True Sim, you're not going to use the green reader, but maybe you're going to spec into, you know, recovery and those sort of things. You started a Sculptor, swap to Technician. Technician definitely has like the most forgiveness out the gate. You just pump a bunch of power, I think, early on. And the other stuff is pretty good. I liked the shaping. I don't know. I like the way that the shaping and correction were on the Sculptor. So that just, to me, felt really good. But it was between Sculptor and Technician to start. What's going on, Evolve Pro? Is Legend Edition worth getting, or should you wait for the Standard Edition? Legend Edition, I think, is worth it if you are already wanting to play it early, right? Deluxe or Legend is going to get you the early. If you're going to buy the Clubhouse passes regardless, get the Legend Edition, because the Clubhouse passes are $10 a season. The upgrade from Deluxe to Legend is $30, and you get $50 worth of stuff for that upgrade. So that's the way that I justify it. If you don't care about the Clubhouse Pass premium, you're not going to spend on that. You're just always going to play the free, and you don't want the extra bonuses. If you want to play early, you could do the Deluxe pre-order. Legend is really just like there's value in the Clubhouse Pass side of things. Good at this game, so more leeway. Yeah, and that's kind of how we played 23 as well, Jetski. Like, we had a longer bag and less forgiveness because we weren't missing as much. So, yeah, that is one thing that I definitely try to use to my advantage, is skill to pigeonhole certain things, and just, I don't have to worry about that. Never bought any Clubhouse passes before, more likely playing career mode a lot, then probably not worth it as much. I mean, the Clubhouse pass, if you care about like aesthetics, right? Clothing sets. What's going on, Bama? It's going well. If you like the clothing sets, the Clubhouse Pass is going to give you those. It's going to give you VC and upgrade tools and stuff to move through things faster, but it's all going to be stuff that you can get by playing the game. Outside of the clothing. The clothing is going to be like the one thing that you can't really get and is going to be exclusive to it. So, I mean, if that's the case, if you want to play it a week early, then the Deluxe Edition is going to be your pre-order option, but otherwise, yeah, Standard Edition, I think it'll be plenty fine. There are some clubs and equipment, but those are aesthetic. You just grind them out. There's like one club that comes with some fittings and stuff on it. But outside of that, not much. And if you want to know what's in the season pass, like ahead of time, go look on YouTube. There's a couple of videos out there already. All right, folks. I think that's gonna do it for this evening. So we will be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. All right, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. We will be grinding out all day long. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. If you have not already and you enjoyed the stream, follow, subscribe, like. We're going to be live for 8 hours tomorrow, and then we'll be back at it normal schedule the following week and all day on next Friday as well. So I got to get some sleep so that we're energized and up in time for our long day ahead. I appreciate y'all watching and hanging out. Hope you have a wonderful night. See you in the morning.